Hey guys, in this video we are going to start a new series called Web Development Jobs in fill in the blank with whatever state you guys might want. Right now in this video we're going to start with one of the most controversial states, because there's always people saying there's no jobs here, there's jobs here but they're paid too low. So we're gonna actually look at the real numbers and gonna see the real details. So the first state that we're gonna start with is Florida. Okay, so stay tuned, let's get started guys. And by the way, this video is brought to you by CodingPhase.com. if you're looking to learn how to code, right, it's the most affordable place out here, period. Okay, there's two different ways that you can start. You can get $20 per month and that will give you all the programming courses. So pretty much every single skill that most of these jobs are going to be asking for, they're going to be part of this for 20 bucks. And then you have the yearly plus, which gives you access to all the free courses, all the premium programming courses, the career bundles, make money online courses, and ASAP developers group, which is a support group for you guys that are learning how to code. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Indeed.com. Okay, and I want you guys to take a look at the map of Florida, and we're going to see which one are the main cities for Florida as far as jobs. Okay, so we have Jacksonville, we have Orlando, we have Tampa, and we have Miami. Now we're just going to go over each city. We're probably going to spend like a minute or two, and then we're going to summarize like how much jobs are there and exactly like what are the skills that most people need to have to get a job in those cities. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come here, search for Miami, Florida. Okay, and then we're going to start with HTML, and I definitely recommend you guys for start searching for jobs with HTML, the keyword, because that's what is going to show you all of the jobs as a developer, okay, as a web developer. Okay, so there's a lot of opportunities that people miss out because they don't search for that. They'll search for front-end developer, back-end developer, etc., and then you miss out opportunities that sometimes the title does not say front-end developer. Okay, this one says front-end software engineer in Miami. Okay, this is what they're looking for. Something that you're gonna notice: experience with modern HTML, CSS, and PHP. As you can see, you know, they're not very how can I say, not very smart, but they don't really know a lot as far as like what to put in here, right? Because as soon as you say HTML, CSS, and PHP, like you should have put JavaScript in there too, because it's for front-end developer. But it is what it is. It doesn't matter. 90,000 to 110,000. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so for those of you guys that be like, man, I can't find a job that is high paying. Well, there you go. 2 years of experience, which is not bad. This is what I tell you guys. Sometimes you get a job that doesn't pay that much at first, and then your second job, that's where you're gonna get the bag. Okay, sometimes you're gonna see things like this: part-time visual content creator. Okay, you might see jobs that don't pay that much in Florida, especially look at the $16 to $20 an hour. That's actually pretty damn cheap, you know. But at the same time, you got to understand, a lot of times there's not like a big tech hub in Miami, so it's like small businesses that are hiring. Sometimes you got to take the hit. If you live in Miami, you might as well take the hit sometimes, and then from there, your next job, like I said, you're always gonna get way more money. Okay, another thing that you're gonna see: Ruby on Rails developer. Okay, for those of you guys that be like, man, there's no jobs for Ruby on Rails. Yes, there is, and they pay a lot of money. Okay, because not everybody does it, and not everybody knows how to use Rails. All right, the next thing that we have here, full stack developer intern, which is not bad for an internship job. Okay, let's see, we got email marketing coordinator. This is something that you're gonna find a lot, right? There's a lot of jobs that deal with HTML emails. Because Florida is a tourist area, there's going to be a lot of companies that send out a lot of emails, so you're gonna find that a lot, right? Marketing assistants. Some of you guys might say, Joe, I'm trying to become a web developer, I'm not gonna become a marketing guy. Sometimes guys, this type of skills, like, they go hand in hand. You get what I'm saying? So in reality, it doesn't matter if you start as marketing assistant, and if you're able to use WordPress, HTML, right, CSS, JavaScript, that's still gonna give you experience for your next position. Okay, so sometimes you got to start somewhere, guys. Another thing you're gonna see, SQL developer. Of course, you're gonna see that a lot. You're gonna see a lot of marketing. You're gonna see, once again, we got Angular, of course. Let's see what else. see some Android, PHP. Another thing that you're gonna notice in Florida is that there's a lot of PHP jobs and a lot of WordPress jobs. That's what you're gonna find the most. So even before we even jump to other cities, I'm gonna tell you right now, straight up, these are the skills that you need in Florida: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, HTML emails, PHP, right? MySQL, WordPress, okay? Then everything else is extra. Now, it will also be really good if you know .NET or if you know Angular, okay? That's if like you're trying to get a higher position, but with the beginning and, you know, early stages of your career, all you really need is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, and WordPress. That's it. Those 6 things, and you're gonna be solid in Florida. There's gonna be jobs for you. Okay. Of course, you gotta have a solid portfolio. And once again, what I tell you guys, try to get one of these jobs, right? Stop thinking about what's happening in San Francisco, what's happening in New York City. Guys, you don't live in New York City. You don't live in San Francisco. You got to work with what's happening in your area. Okay. I was talking about this yesterday. Sometimes there's people that be like, oh man, you know, I was trying to hire somebody remotely and they live in, I don't know, in Bali, right? And let's say in Bali, the average job is like $500. But somebody that lives in Bali, right, might want to get a job in the United States and think they're going to get, you know, United States money. Your cost of living is not the same as somebody in the United States, so you're not gonna get paid that. Okay, a lot of times it doesn't work like that. Okay, look at this: junior front-end developer / designer. Sometimes most of these companies, they want somebody who has multiple skills. Okay, so like that, they could get the most bang for their buck. And you know, that kind of sucks sometimes, but at least sometimes you could get into the door and be like, hey man, you know, I want to get into this industry, and sometimes they'll give you the opportunity, even though they might need somebody who knows a little bit about design, right? Developer, once again, HTML, email marketing, like this is all over Florida. Let's jump to another city. So let's go to another major city. Let's say Tampa. Okay. So as you can see, there's like 394 jobs. That's actually not that good. There's not that many jobs over there. But as you can see, we got marketing once again, PHP web developer, front-end developer. Okay, let's see what else they have here, what they're using. I'm seeing, you know, now they're starting to use things like Vue.js. It seems like Vue is getting more solid now, so that'll be cool for those of you guys that love Vue.js. Let's see, front-end developer. Let's see again. Scroll down. Okay, as you can see, once again, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP. Guys, this is what you're going to need in Florida. Once again, I'm repeating myself, but this is what you're going to see for the majority of jobs. Okay, straight up, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, WordPress. Okay, if you got those skills, you're good to go. You're going to find a job. Okay, now let's see, let's continue moving on. Full stack developer. Once again, they work with .NET Core, SQL. They also mess around with React, Angular, etc. That's not bad. Okay, $50 to $60 an hour. That's actually pretty good. Okay, let's see what else. As you can see, Laravel. Some areas they might use it. Okay, but one thing that we're going to continue seeing is PHP. Okay, you might see some .NET, but a lot of times you're going to see a lot of PHP and WordPress, as you guys can see. All right, so let's continue here. See, they're looking for the same thing: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, entry-level programmer. See, SQL is a very important thing. They're using MySQL Server, but if you know MySQL, you know you're gonna be good. Let's see what's the next thing. Web developer. Let's see what they're using. HTML, CSS, Angular, or React, Bootstrap, CMS, but no WordPress. Okay, so they probably got in-house CMS, which is fine. Let's see what else. We got front-end developer in St. Petersburg, which is pretty much around Tampa. Okay, another thing that you're gonna notice, the pay is not San Francisco money. Okay, $50,000, $70,000 a year It's not bad. And at the end of the day, you got to understand the cost of living in Florida is not bad at all. I see people over there that have crazy apartments for $600. I've seen people that have houses that look like mansions compared to the ones here in the East Coast, and they're only paying $1,100. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't complain. This is where sometimes people mess up at. They look at the numbers of San Francisco, New York City, and be like, man, I want to get $100,000 because everybody wants to be greedy. But you got to understand, if you live like a king in Florida with, you know, let's say $5,000, $6,000 a month, companies know that. They know they're not going to be giving you $100,000 just to give it to you when they know the cost of living in Florida is so cheap. Okay. And that's just how it is, right? The prices and you know, the way how people pay is depending on cost of living. People don't, trust me, companies do not be like, well, we got to spend $100,000 just to treat them good. No, they paying $100,000 because it's super expensive to live in San Francisco. That's the only reason. If not, they will also be making, you know, $50,000, $60,000. If in San Francisco, they could get an apartment for $800. Trust me, a lot of people will be getting paid $50,000, $60,000 in San Francisco. So stop thinking that you want $100,000 on your first job. Like, most states and most cities won't pay you that much. Okay. So like I said, another thing that you're going to see a lot in here is a lot of, you know, HTML and CSS and some WordPress. Like, that's the thing that you're going to see the most. Now, let's look at another city, Orlando, right? Okay, Orlando got even less jobs. So once again, let's just see what we have here. So 256 jobs in Orlando. Let's say Miami, how many was there? 386. Tampa, 394. So it seems like Tampa has the most jobs. Okay, and then what was it? Orlando, Florida, 256. So it has the lowest so far. Okay, webmaster, social media coordinator. Okay, so this is like one of those positions where you're gonna see a lot in Orlando, where the developer or quote unquote web developer is doing a whole bunch of different things in the company. So it's not just like, hey, build these pages, because most likely the business already has the website built, right? And they might want you to add a couple of features here and there, but they're not going to pay you to just sit down until they want you to build a page. So they're going to tell you, hey man, can you post this up on Facebook? Can you automate this to Instagram? Can you automate this to Twitter, etc.? Like, that's just how it is. Every city is different, okay? And there's different skills that you might need, especially for Florida. Once again, since it's a tourist area, a lot of the companies there, they're going to be doing a lot of marketing, okay? This is a web producer. This is a little something that a lot of people be slacking with, but pretty much is like, hey, this is ability to work with cross-functional teams, technology marketers, copywriters, etc. So the person that's working as a web producer, you're basically the one that's posting everything. So like, let's say, I don't know, let's say for example, Macys.com, right? I'll give you an example. Let's see, Macys. Okay. All right. Now, in Macys, right, there's going to be somebody who is developing the website, right, and developing new tools, new features, etc. But there's always going to be somebody who is actually updating the products, uploading the photos, doing all of those things, that also needs to know how web development works, okay? And this is what they call the web producer. The person that's actually writing all of this stuff comes from a copywriter from the company, right? Or somebody who, this products already might have this descriptions here. But there's gonna be somebody who needs to be going in here and adding the right price details, the right special offers information, the right shipping and returns. That's the web producer. That's your job. Your job is to make sure that all of this products have the right content. This was actually my first job, right? When I started working, that's what I used to do, right? My very first job that I got paid like $13 an hour in a very small company. Pretty much this is what I used to do. I literally updated a whole bunch of products, changed the prices, changed the descriptions, created some sliders for the images of like the product, etc. Right? Very simple work, okay? But also opens doors for you to become a quote unquote front end engineer, back end engineer. Like this is what opens doors for you. Okay. So for those of you guys that be like, man, I want to get a front end developer, you got to start somewhere. If you're a self-taught developer, this is where you start. Okay. So from here, you got also React front end developer. Okay. They're using, once again, HTML, CSS, PHP. This is what you're going to find everywhere. You know how people constantly be like, man, you shouldn't learn PHP. Shut up. You don't live in Florida. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I want to say a couple of words. It's like, nah, you don't live in Florida, bro. Like, shut up. Like, you know, when people be like, oh man, you got to be working with Node.js, Python, and this and that. It's like, bro, shut up. I don't want to hear you no more. PHP developer, once again. I'm just being honest with you guys. Sometimes I see people that give so much bad advice here. Like, it's crazy. I'm telling you guys, I'm not expert on everything, but I just know what people need to get a job. Like, because I'm a self-taught developer. So it's like I need to be on top of this thing, right? So this is what I do. Okay, email marketing specialist, once again. Okay, this is the things that you're going to need, right? Once again, you got to know Google Analytics. For those of you guys don't understand how to work with Google Analytics, go to my website, CodingPhase.com. Look, man, I'm telling you guys right now, like I said, there's two plans, man. $20 teach you everything about programming. But from there, you're going to need extra skills like software, right? How to use Photoshop, how to use things like Sketch. I have all of that. All of that is part of the, you know, the yearly plus, which gives you access to everything. It's like the best deal out there. It's like my whole goal for this company, CodingPhase.com, is to teach you guys everything that you need. So like that, you could get prepared at an affordable price, right? Like, once again, $20 per month, all programming courses, $1 per day, including tax, which is 8 cents. Okay, you're gonna get the yearly plus, right? So for $1 a day, bro, it's worth it. Okay, so let's continue with this. So we got over here, we see HTML data entry. Okay, you'll see like those little small jobs, but the problem with this type of jobs is that they'll pay you like $14 an hour. I don't know if some of you guys want to start there. You know, I did it because I was living in my mom's house, right? But when you're an adult and you got kids, you got things like that, you got to start looking into other things like maybe you know, content producer, website content editor or specialist, etc. Okay, digital campaign analyst. Look at this. This is crazy. $20 an hour. Not even $20 an hour. They're like, hold on, $19.97 an hour. Yeah, some companies are crazy. But you gotta understand, there's a lot of small companies in Florida, so you can't compare a tech hub compared to, you know, like Florida, where there's a lot of small businesses. Okay. Let me see what else. You got Oracle. Oracle's hiring. Okay, not bad. Okay, strong knowledge of front-end developer. Look, they're asking for 5 years, but in reality, they'll give it to somebody with 1 year. I guarantee you. Okay, now let's continue. So as you can see, this is just a lot of you know, a lot of simple little things, right? You'll see a lot of PHP once again everywhere that you go. Okay, and if they're not using PHP, they're using .NET. So there we go. Now let's go to Jacksonville, which is, I believe, the capital of Florida. I believe. I don't know. I don't live in Florida. I'm moving to Florida, but I believe that's the capital. Okay. Now the last one. Let's see what we have here. Okay, same thing, the SQL.NET, okay, HTML, CSS. So as you can see, they're paying $50,000 for this, right? Which is not that great. And there's only 122 jobs. So to be honest with you, if you live in Florida, the worst city that you could be living in is Jacksonville, okay? There's not that many jobs, bro, okay? Straight up, I'm just being honest, okay? Let's see what else. There's like web developer. Here you go. Okay, once again, they got MySQL, Google Analytics, JavaScript. They prefer React, which is not bad. Okay, let's see. So there's really not that much. It's like you gotta really look for it. Okay, JavaScript, Ajax, HTML. They're using Vue. So it seems like Vue is actually spreading out now, guys. That's not bad, right? When I first heard of Vue, I was like, man, I don't really like it like that. And to this day, I'm not a big fan because it's pretty much a copy of Angular 1 and then React and a copy of the everything, whatever other frameworks do. That's what Vue does. Vue does everything that everybody else does. Okay, so yeah, so I'm not a big fan of that. But it seems like it's getting bigger now. More small companies are actually investing into learning more about Vue.js, so that's not bad. Okay, and that's because I really believe that Vue.js is taking over the market that used to be owned by jQuery. Like, instead of you using jQuery, you might as well use Vue, which totally makes sense. Okay, let me see. So as you can see, there's not that much, man. There's not that much. Okay, here they're actually using Node.js, but this is gonna be rare in Florida. Okay, this is gonna be rare. What you're gonna be seeing is a lot of PHP.NET. Okay, so once again, we are pretty much gonna stop right here, guys. We've been here for 21 minutes. Now let's do a little review what we saw over here. We saw a lot of marketing jobs, right? Content editor, content producer, right? Those type of jobs. What you need is HTML, CSS, okay, and a little bit of JavaScript. That's it. From there, you probably gonna need a little bit of skills just to open files, as far as like Photoshop, Sketch, right, to get the assets. So you're gonna need that. Then from there, we have a lot of jobs that deal with PHP and WordPress. So as you guys can see, most small businesses, they're going to be using WordPress. So definitely, try to learn those skills. And of course, MySQL. All right. Now, if you want to go the extra mile and try to get those corporate type jobs, then definitely learn .NET. All right. Now, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy this type of video? Do you like this type of content? Will you like to see more of this? Okay, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about this. And do you live in Florida? Are you seeing this type of information here? Something useful, and you can say, hey, man, thank you. Okay, just say thank you, or let's say I survived, Joe. Okay, let me know that you was here, so like that I could actually continue doing these videos. Because if not, if you don't like it, I won't do it. All right, guys. By the way, guys, once again, go to CodingPhase.com, bro. Learn how to code, bro. $20 a month gives you all the programming courses. If you need to know all of the skills for you to get a job and start making money online, bro, $1 a day. Okay, go to the yearly plus. Stop slacking. It's the best deal that's out here. Okay, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Peace.